All right, when quoting in this business, it is important to stick to three different rates. It's the three option close. Now, when you're doing this, you want to stay consistent. You need room to back down, but you also have to understand you need an average app size. That way, your chargebacks are normal, your new business is normal. So, what a lot of agents do is they stick to that 60 to 70 for the bronze plan, and then they'll go 80 to 95 to 100 for that silver plan. I've always liked to keep it in double digits, don't make it to 100. I'd rather it be 98 than 100. And then you have the gold plan. It can be as much as you want. It could be 140, 160, 170. Some agents, what they like to do is show an extremely high gold, sometimes even if they make it up. So say they're trying to write a silver plan for 95, they might just write that the gold plan is, an insane amount, like 450. Even if that carrier doesn't have that, they just know that person's not going to pick it. It makes the silver look like the better plan. But the reason this is important is a default mechanism for a lot of people where they're going to say, hey, I can't afford that. You need to overcome that, right? Oh man, $60 a month, that's a stretch. You need to try to overcome that first. And then if it really feels like it's not just a smoke screen, then you can back down. But now you're going from 60, you could show them 50 or 45 and get that app. Whereas a lot of people are prejudging and they're saying, you know what, it just doesn't sound like this person can afford a lot. I'm gonna show them 30. There is people that's gonna ask for a cheaper price no matter what you show the first time. So when you show 30 and then they ask for a cheaper price, now you're down in the 20s or 15. Whereas if you would have showed 60, you had room to back down and still have a pretty good app size. But what you will find is increasing your, minimum amount that you're showing, the same people will purchase it. We have had agents that decided to start increasing theirs by $10 additional, go from 50 to 60, and they're like, hey, I'm writing just as many apps as I was before. And it's, that's just how it works. That's how you increase your average app size. So have a consistent system that you will show each and every time. It's 60, 90, 150, in that ballpark. Do not quote to face amount. That is something that a lot of agents struggle with. And, somewhere throughout their presentation, they're bringing up, the cost of funerals is $10,000 right now. And then they may even be asking how much coverage they're looking for. And you're writing a 51-year-old female non-smoker and 10,000 is, $22 a month. You backed yourself into a corner. I do not care if someone said in the presentation they're looking for cremation and the $60 plan is $18,000. That's what I'm showing them. And then you have to be willing to overcome it. Well, hey, that's $18,000. I'm only looking for a cremation. No, absolutely, I got you. That covers your cremation, but I went ahead and added in all the stuff for your final expenses because one, cremations are going to go up each and every year. When's the last time you saw the price of something go down, Miss Mary? Exactly. But also, your daughter, you said that was your beneficiary. She's going to miss work for a couple weeks. She's going to be grieving. They're going to want to have some type of service. There's going to be leftover bills. There's going to be handling of the estate. And God forbid, wouldn't you love to just leave a little money behind? Right? So any leftover money, that's your legacy. That's how she's going to remember you. So I wanted to build all of that peace of mind into this one package. And the 18,000 bronze plans right there is the most common plan that people in the state of Arkansas pick, right? Around 73% of people I talk to go with that plan right there. Now you're putting them to where they feel normal. And they also feel cheap if they don't pick it, right? So it's just sticking to your system and then overcoming it. I always use the thing to where you're a mechanic shop. If you're a mechanic shop that does oil changes and your oil changes are $29.99, you don't prejudge what type of car rolls in on what you're going to charge. It's $29.99. And once you stick with that, you'll find those shops are a lot better at overcoming objections. People will say, well, there's another shop does it for $19.99. Why didn't you go to them? Right? So how about, we'll go ahead and back you out of here. You can go to their shop. No, we'll go ahead and move forward, right? They was just going to look for a cheaper price, right? But that person was not going to give in. He was going to get this deal at $29.99. That's the mentality you have to have when you're talking to these people, right? So don't prejudge. Don't show $20 premiums, right? You have to write enough to keep yourself in business, and it's an amount that they need. So use these techniques and use the 3 option close.